Hello, beautiful people. It's Amy Nicholas back again. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope y'all are doing amazing. It is hot, hot, hot down here in Florida. So if I look like I'm like flushed and everything, it's just so freaking hot. But anyways, welcome to the show. I wanted to mention in the beginning of this show that I've got one link underneath this video or above it, depending on what platform you're watching, where you can see free gifts. I got all my links to follow me, YouTube. You can come join our free Facebook group, Miracle Manifestations. What else? What else? My masterclass. Everything's all in one link down below somewhere. So feel free to check that out. And I'm just going to make sure that Amy is live on the Facebook group. Thank you, Lord, for StreamYard, which allows me to publish this everywhere, multiple places at one time, which is awesome. Yeah, so hope you all are doing fantastico. Yep, there I am. Okay, cool. Talking to the ladies today. Not to say that this message wouldn't appeal to men per se, but I really feel like this message is to the women, okay? And why your money is not flowing to you, okay? As an entrepreneur, you got your ups, you got your downs, you got your roller coaster journey, and I feel that this is my take on it, okay? I feel that women especially struggle with this one thing, which I'm going to share in a moment, based on conditioning, social environment, how they were raised, how they were brought up. And, a lot of us had parents that did just enough that they could, that's what they knew. And it wasn't like there was parenting school, right? That would be cool. And, but at any rate, our parents do the best that they can, right? And if it's dark in here, y'all let me know because the screen kind of looks dark on my end. But, they did the best they could. And one of the things that I think is lacking in childhood, at least in the USA, maybe this is different in other countries, but I feel like this is prevalent and especially targeted to women, that the one thing holding you back from your money flow is your self-image, okay? How you perceive yourself, your self-esteem, what you feel like that you are actually capable of, and how far you can go, right? And I feel that a lot of women, they go to other people to esteem themselves. So they'll ask the boyfriend, they'll ask the husband, they'll ask their best friend, they'll ask their hairdresser. You know what I mean? They go to other people to validate their self-worth. Now, most of the time, I think this is sort of a subconscious thing. You don't really realize you're doing it. You think of it as normal. Like, oh, what do you think of my hair? What do you think of my outfit? What do you think of these shoes? Right? You're asking for people's opinions, but really you're validating your self-worth. And I follow a lady named Amanda Francis on YouTube. She's on IG as well. And I really like her attitude about money, and she cusses a little bit, so just fair warning. And she talks about that, she'll say something like, I effing deserve it. Like, I am, the bomb.com or whatever, and I effing deserve the money. And she really takes it as, I am a queen. I deserve making a lot of money. I deserve to get paid for what I'm worth, and I think a lot of women will settle for less and not take it upon themselves to really charge what they're worth, or to, even just pricing products in the marketplace where you don't even see a person, right? Say you're selling, a digital product, a print on demand product, something that you're not even seeing the customer, and still you'll have this voice telling you, oh, you can't charge that, nobody's going to pay that. And you have to kind of shut the voice up. And I think for a lot of women, it's a prevalent thing that holds you back. There's two voices going on. And if if you're a woman watching this, you know as well as I do that there's the voice of, kind of like, I don't have an older sister, but I kind of feel like this would be like the older sister talking to me of, the voice of reason. Oh, be careful. Oh, don't do too much of that because that would be like overboard, overkill, right? And there's this voice that's sort of like, you think it's there to keep you safe. You think it's there to guide you, and you should listen to everything it says. No. The voice can be beneficial in, like what they call fight or flight circumstances where, yeah, your life is at stake. You need to step back onto the curb because there's about to be a car, coming down the street and going to hit you. There's times where you need it, but a lot of the time that voice is telling you how to live your life. And I kind of like heard Rhonda Byrne talk about this as well. She's from The Secret. She wrote The Secret, did the movie. And she said, I used to believe everything the voice said until I realized that that voice in my head is not me, right? It's thoughts, it's conditioning, it's programming. Like, who are you listening to? What are you watching? TV, movies, what's on the radio, what's going in here is actually creating a mental program. And from that, from other people's limiting beliefs, from other people's conditioning, society, what you should or shouldn't do, it is telling you on autopilot, like a program, right? Things that you think you should be believing. And it's really just programming. Bob Proctor calls it paradigms, and he's like, there's a pattern, a set of beliefs that you just unquestioningly follow because that's just how you've always done things. But I believe in terms of money, especially for women, again, I feel like there's certain society conditions. Again, maybe this is different in other countries, but in the US, it's like, sometimes women are like looked upon bad if they earn too much money, especially if they're married or if, they're with somebody and they're earning more money than them. They almost feel like the tendency to like drop down, right? There's other things that get in the way. I feel like a lot of women just, myself included, just really forget how powerful we are. Like, as a human being, as a divine, like, presence, because we are in connection with a divine presence, we forget that we are capable of doing amazing things. I read and study and follow the Bible as best as I can. And I believe, supposedly, now my actions might not always justify this, but, when Jesus said, greater things you will do than this, I had to really take a step back and be like, yeah, I've read this verse. I've heard it before in sermons. And yet it's really not even talked about that much, especially in the church, because it would sound too much like, oh, well, you're not Jesus, And yet that's what he said, greater things than these. And he was resurrecting the dead, And then to try to wrap your mind around that, you're like, what? How, right? How? And so we forget that we have this deep inner power. And I'm here to tell you, just focus on how you talk to yourself. And when I say talk to yourself, I mean consciously and unconsciously, okay? Because consciously, you might be talking to yourself and saying, yeah, I can do this. I could take care of business. I'm going to have a great year. This goal is going to happen. Da, 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 da. Cool, right? And unconsciously, you could be hearing in the background, right? It's very subtle, by the way. Hearing in the background this voice of, oh, you can't do that. Like, who do you think you are? You've never done that before. Nobody in your family has ever done that before. Why are you trying to do this? This is just going to fail, right? Am I right? And it sounds like you. And that's going on underneath the conscious thoughts of, hey, you can do this, right? So guess what tends to happen, y'all? By the way, the subconscious is going to overrule, okay? Because that thing goes nonstop. Like the only way to shut that thing up is to go to sleep. And even then, even then, it could be in your dreams, okay? So you think you can just consciously override it? Not so much, right? You have to kind of train yourself to become aware of what thoughts are running through your head. And even better than trying to worry about the thoughts, individual thoughts, is questioning yourself throughout the day and asking, how do I feel? Okay. Because the feelings are really the indicator of what's working, what's not working, and why. So if you find yourself going throughout your day, say you start off the day, you get up early, you're feeling good, you're getting a lot of stuff done, you're working on your business, da 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 da. And then you kind of hit this like lull moment. And you're just like, man, I don't know, I'm just like not really feeling it. There's just like a random point in the day where you just sort of notice that you're off. That's your feelings. Okay. Pay attention to that. Because in the background, most likely, there's some sort of unconscious programming talking to you. And, again, you're not going to be always conscious of this. You have to train yourself to become aware. You become aware by noticing how you feel. That is the indicator. And really, that's the thing that shifts things for us. Okay? So if you can keep yourself in a high feeling, like good feeling state, and I'm talking like emotions that are based around love, joy, gratitude, happiness. Those are the emotions to stick to, right? Those are the emotions to cling to as best as you can. Obviously, we're not always at this high all day, every day, okay? But if you feel that you are not on the up side of the emotional scale, then that's what you have to work on, okay? Because here's the thing. The subconscious responds not to you like trying to talk back to it, okay? Or try to say, no, I got this, I'm good, I know what I'm doing, I'm successful, whatever. It doesn't really respond to just straight words. It does respond to emotion charged words, okay? So, for example, let me just give you a real life scenario here. Ladies, if you are feeling a little down, a little off, you're like, what the heck? And you notice some sort of thought come up from the surface. And it's like, why are you even trying to do this thing in your business? This isn't going to work. You've tried stuff before like this and it didn't work. So why bother? Right? Say that's something that you notice kind of floating by. You say, you know what? Subconscious or whatever you want to call it. No, I am a conqueror. I am a winner. I can do all things through Christ Jesus. Or I am amazing. I'm powerful. I'm an overcomer. And you talk back to it with emotion or just to the universe, whatever you want to talk to here. And it shuts it up. Why is it even there in the first place, right? Because I kind of wondered this. I was like, what the heck? Why would we have this voice, right? So going back to the programming, you can kind of minimize and silence this voice by, and I'm talking the negative voice, you can kind of get it to shut up more and keep its negative opinions and thoughts and beliefs to itself by constantly filling your mind with good, positive, fulfilling, happy, good feeling stuff, okay? Whether it be audios, YouTube videos, books, hanging around people that, are going places that you want to go, being around like-minded, positive people. that talk about their dreams and not their problems, that is how you get that voice to shut the heck up. Now, it will still try to creep back in, especially at times where you're not like feeling 100. It's going to try to creep back in. All right. But I hope you got value from this video. Like and share it. Let me know if this helps you understand why your money is being blocked. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, that voice is probably telling you you shouldn't make that much money. You can't make that much money. Why would you think you could earn that much money? How are you ever going to make that kind of annual salary or that kind of annual income in your business? Right? That voice is holding you back. And the self-image of that is how you identify with it. So if you identify with what it's telling you, okay, that's literally the thing holding you back. Break free from it, reprogram, fill your head with good stuff. Get away from the things that distract and detract you from your dreams, desires, and goals. Something I noticed for myself was I used to be able to, so I thought, sit down and watch something on Netflix or Amazon Prime and think that it's just a story, doesn't really affect my life. And I noticed I was watching this one show, and I won't share what it is, but it was very dark. It was very negative. And I kept waiting for the hero of the story to redeem himself, to bring some resolution, to get an edge. And it just wasn't happening in the show. And I watched half the first season, and I was like, this show is just so dark. And I would find myself thinking about it later in the day. I'm not watching any TV, but I'd find myself just sort of rehashing what had happened in the show. Like, why? And I'm like, why am I thinking about this? Because it was in my subconscious. So be careful what you listen to, what you watch, because it's going to take away your focus. Unless it is for your focus. Okay. The mental programming thing is real. Why do you think they call TV channels and shows? Why do you think they call them programs? Yeah. When I thought about that, I was like, holy cow, like there's something at work here, right? So don't let the media influence your subconscious. You're in control of your subconscious. Okay. When you're in control of the subconscious, then you take control of the self-image. You don't listen to the negative voice in your head. And then you start to have results because you shut that mother sucker up. Okay. So rewatch this video. If you're just jumping in, check out the link below. I got some freebies. I got my masterclass down there. You can follow me on all the social medias. And if you enjoyed the video, where's my thumb? Okay. Leave a like. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.